Hello everyone, welcome back to Yabakan TV. Today we're joined by Rasheed, who is a senior software engineer. And Rasheed, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so how did you get into software engineering?
That's a long story. I think it all started in 2013. That was after my secondary school. So I needed to save money. I needed to work and save money for my university school days. So I think of a way to get money with no skill. So the first thing that comes into my mind is probably go out and probably look for a job, maybe a sales rep or something. So when I started looking for a job, I was fortunate to see a receptionist job at an IT academy, right? So, and the pay was fair, at least as of then, 7,000 was a lot. So I was like, okay, let me just start with that and probably save up a little bit, and at least I can finance my university education. So I started with that as a receptionist, and being a receptionist at an IT academy, right? You have to know what they are doing, at least have a little bit of information of what the company or the academy is about. So they probably like put me through some of the terms like programming, databases, networking. So that was how the whole curiosity started. You get, so when I know, okay, there's something called programming and there's something called networking, database, and all those things. So I started making friends with the students that they have. They started having conversation with them, getting some course material from them to probably read at my own free time. I think that's how it all started.
Okay, so you mentioned just now 7,000 naira, and for the Nigerians who are gasping at that amount, listen, it used to be a lot of money and you could actually go quite far back then. Okay, so moving on, in tech, some individuals have different motivations from getting in. Most of it is money. They see the tech money and they're like, I want a piece of that. Some of it is impact. For some people, it's also, they're passionate about it. Maybe they just like tech, because I've always been fond of tech.
Okay.
So my question is, what part of your work excites you the most? What do you like the most in your work?
I think when I'm trying to solve a problem that I can relate to, and I probably see, if I'm able to solve that problem, I see the impact and the improvement that it's going to give to people that have the same problem. So I think that part.
And does it bring you fulfillment when you're like done with it?
Yes, actually, for me to probably help other people in my own way, I think it gives me some fulfillment that at least I was able to help.
In your opinion, software, I mean, a lot of people don't think about it because what they're interacting with most of the time is like the hardware, the physical thing, but they forget that software is what makes the thing run.
Yeah.
Like it's, without software, it's just going to be the material, useless. How do you feel software, what role do you feel software plays in today's world, in technology and innovation?
I think it plays a very, very important role in today's world, because most of what we do, right, kind of involve around technology, probably being it software, maybe a mobile app, a website. And I think for everybody, software engineers is very, very important, which is why you see that there is a lot of growth in numbers of people that want to be a software engineer, because of the fact that businesses, people can see that they can't do without probably digitalizing what they have or what they can do. So I think with software, you can even reach much people than you can on a normal business setting without technology. So I think software engineers are very, very important to today's world.
I agree. And moving forward, we're also going to see a lot more importance on the software side of things, especially with the development of things like Web3 and technology and innovation. We're just getting there.
Yes, even scratching the surface for now.
True. So much more to come. So in 2021, you undertook a project, and you might be familiar with the one I'm talking about. Yes. Okay, so our audience may not know this, but in 2021, he redesigned, or rather he worked on a project for MTN, and he's going to tell us a little about that.
Okay,
please.
So I think when I want to work on that project, I basically was a full stack engineer.
Okay.
So I do both front end, I do back end then. So I wanted something more, I want something different, and I want to challenge myself. And the fact that I started with graphics design, I started with CorelDRAW and doing all this sort of design. So I felt like I can push myself probably see how I'm going to fare in probably UI UX market, really get. So I said, okay, let me just go through a course and try and test things out. And I came up with an idea that, okay, as of that time, the MTN app was very new. So a lot of people are not using it, but I try to use it and I get a lot of headaches trying to get where I'm to buy data, where I'm to buy airtime. So I said, okay, let me try it out. And as of then, I was so into something called flat design. So I said, okay, let me try it out. And I tried it out and I posted on LinkedIn, and I was surprised with the feedbacks and all the engagement I get on LinkedIn. And funny enough, that gig kind of like shoot me out and probably push me to the whole world, get me a lot of gigs. Even though the fact that I did not major eventually into UI UX or designing interfaces. So, but that gig was like my passport to probably get known on LinkedIn. So that's my take on that design.
An insight from what he just said right now is that he worked on something and then he put it out there. And I'm sure you were surprised by the amount of attention and reach you got.
Sure.
And the fact that you're able to use that to get a lot more gigs and opportunities. And so if you're watching this and you're working on something or you have a portfolio, put it out there. You never know what you might get. And most of the time, it's most likely going to be positive.
Sure.
All right, so mentorship has been a recurring theme on this show. We talk a lot about mentors, we talk a lot about communities, we talk a lot about things like that. Do you have anyone that you essentially look up to, or whenever you're trying to learn something, is there a particular place or person you go to?
Yes, I have a couple though. So from the beginning, I think I started with a man called Ariel Kujero.
Okay.
He's like my boss when I started all this whole journey. So he probably helped me through navigating through my career, what I need to do, because he's a professional, top professional in his own field. So, but he's not into programming, but he kind of like put me through career path in general. This is what you need to do. This is when you need to do it, and this is how you should do it. And he kind of put my ambition in check. So sometimes I can feel like I needed more, I want to do more. It kind of calm me down, tell me, okay, there's still more time, you're still very young, you can still manage to do a lot of things, just go steady, slow, and you're all going to get to where you're going. So I think that's kind of person I look up to and probably have helped me throughout my career.
Okay, do you think mentors are important, or especially in the tech role, do you feel like people should have something they look at and try to learn from?
Yeah, I think I agree, because there's a lot of information out there, and if you don't get somebody that's probably done it before and put you through, you might get lost in a lot of information that you have. So I think it's best if you have someone that just navigate through that route and tell you this is what you need to do, and these are the things that is important for you to do at the particular point in time. So I think it's good to have a mentor and somebody that you look up to, and somebody that is available that you can reach out to.
That's a very important point. I'm just going to add on to that it doesn't have to be a famous person. It doesn't have to be someone you see online or a celebrity. It could be someone in your immediate environment that is doing what you want to, but better. It could be someone you know, someone you have easy access to. So yeah, in one word, can you describe your journey so far?
In one word, I would say grateful. I think that's how I'll put it, because in my own way, I think software engineer as a profession has changed a lot about me, and it gives me that opportunity to express myself. When I was growing up, a lot of even in this current Nigeria, a lot of people think you have to have connection, you have to know somebody, your PMA has to know somebody, your mom has to know somebody for you to get some certain level. But being a software engineer, most of the people I relate with, most of where I've worked, I don't probably know anybody there. So it just has been like, okay, if you have the skill, go through the interview process and get the job. So I think that's why I'm always grateful, because if you have to go back to probably using a connection, nobody knows my PMA, nobody. So I think for me, software engineer was like a key for me.
So it's still possible to be successful even without, you just have to develop the skills and everything. All right. So most of you may not know this, but the founder of Yabacon, Jesse, he knows who that is, and he's actually worked with Jesse before.
Yes.
How was it? Be honest.
To be honest, I think Jesse is a very fun person to work with, and it's also so demanding, right?
Okay.
Because At the time when I worked with Jesse, I was right under him, and I know how hard he pushed me to get things done, and it's fun. And I think at some point when you get your work done, we discuss about football, do some little bit of banter about Arsenal, United, Liverpool. So I think once you can get what Jesse needs you to do, right, he's a fun guy.
Okay. All right, Jesse, if you're watching, you're a fun guy. All right, so last thing, congratulations on your marriage.
Thank you.
How are you balancing that with your software? Because now I feel like you have to have a work-life balance and reprioritize certain things. Has it been easy? Has it been hard?
I wouldn't say totally easy, and I wouldn't say it has been hard, but I think one of the first decisions I did when I got married was go fully remote. So
Okay.
for me to have time to probably be with my family. So, but it's not everybody that have that luxury of going full remote or having that opportunity to go full remote. So, but I think one of the important key is if you have somebody that understands you, because we grew up together. So kind of understand the kind of person I am, the type of job I'm doing, and the demand of my job. So kind of try to find the balance to manage both my time and our time and the time we spend together to probably have a good family life.
All right, Rasheed, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you too.
All right, bye guys. Later.
I went into Web3. You know, people will tell you and say, "Oh, you know, I went into Web3 for the technology." And I say to them all the time, "You little liars, shut up!" Because every single person, or 90% of the people who've been in this space right now, everybody went there for the money.